What can we expect in terms of US Africa trade moving forward? Well, these are your questions that we have discussed during conversations from April of this year all the way to just last week. And these are your questions based on this backdrop when we look at what is happening with regard to US trade relations with the African continent. Just last week on Tuesday, the President of the United States announced that he would place over a 10% tariff on smaller nations, including those throughout the African continent, as well as Caribbean nations. In September of this year, the African Growth and Opportunities Act is scheduled to expire. This act was enacted in 2000, renewed in 2015. And it allows for duty-free access to the US market for nearly 2,000 goods from the eligible 32 African nations. These reciprocal tariffs have had an impact on different countries. For example, the small landlocked country of Lesotho has a 50% tariff. And this country also benefited from AGOA in terms of its garment or apparel exports to the United States duty-free, provided that it used US yarn and fabric. The BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, will also face higher tariff rates. And of that, South Africa is expected to have a tariff rate of 30%, which is scheduled to take effect on August 1st. And then finally, with the elimination of the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, this has had an impact on the funding that was used to support trade hubs throughout the African continent. So with that backdrop, what can we expect moving forward? Well, two things to watch out for is what to expect, what we see with AGOA in September, and then also the organizations that are involved in promoting and facilitating US-Africa trade. To get more details or the full discussion, go ahead and check out the full episode of Trade on Tuesdays at 2. Go to the YouTube channel, the GRIT YouTube channel, the Trade on Tuesdays at 2 playlist, and check out today's full